sports
Madam.
expert, as in Madam Tega Supreme. Hi, Tega.
Good morning, Lagos.
Good morning, Tega.
How
Good
you
morning to everybody in Lagos, but Valentine.
doing? Why? What did Valentine do?
That
What he
laughter was for
what
you.
he did just
What
now.
he did. All right. Okay, Valentine. What did you did?
Yeah.
All right,
Too
Lagos.
early in the morning.
Too early in the morning. All right, Lagos. This is how you can join the conversation this morning. You can send your message to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981.
Yes, and Twitter is at Smooth981FM. Use that hashtag LockerRoom981. Also send messages through YouTube as we're streaming live. Please remember to subscribe, and we thank you for joining the family.
All right, let's start with one of the biggest news for me over the weekend. I was so excited to see this on the LIS International Instagram page. Just scrolling down the streets of Instagram, and then what did I see? The Tigress qualify for Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
Woo!
Wow,
Woo!
Come on, babies.
enjoy.
It's
All
not
right.
easy.
So, Nigeria's senior women's national basketball team, the Tigress, on Saturday booked a ticket to the 2020 Olympics Games in Tokyo. The team qualified despite losing 64-70 to host Serbia in their second group game at the ongoing FIBA Olympic Games qualifying tournament. And I know this is a record as they haven't been in how many years?
Yes, 16.
Ah,
So I think for me, what was more impressive, barring the results, of course, we lost to USA. Even if we led for the first quarter and the first half, we're like, yeah, these girls can. I knew the US would come back. That grinder woman will never let us. They say, yeah, she's. So there's this lady that plays for the US, Grinder.
yeah.
She cannot let us win.
Really?
It's as if when she just looks at the scoreboard, maybe we shouldn't be showing her the scoreboard, or maybe we should hide the scoreboard till the game is over. Whatever it is, she will just bring out some beast mode and start scoring. And then came Ogumike. I know your sister Chini, so better be careful how you play against us next time.
Played against us.
Oh, they are US citizens.
traitor.
Sorry, love. Yeah, they just have Nigerian names.
She should change her name.
No, they come back. So like what Chini, they come back and they give back once in a while, like what Chini did just recently, with young girls and with the league girls. So they have, but they play for the US. And so Kim had no, sorry, Neka, before I say Kim, Neka had no choice than to score and to play her best. But the US, yes, we lost to the US, we lost to Serbia. But the good news was that Mozambique did not have any hope. Mozambique lost 124-49. That's about 70 or 80. You know, whatever it is, they shouldn't have even shown up. They should have just walked over and done something. But they lost because of that huge margin. There was no way Nigeria was not going to the Olympics. So even if Nigeria played very good basketball, I was impressed. Yes, there were losses, but they were close shaves.
Yeah.
I think we lost to the US by 5 points. It was 76-71 or something like that. So yes, US 5 points. Serbia another 5 or 4 points. Not too bad. I was impressed with the ladies. So yes, we're going to Tokyo, and it's the men and women's team.
Yay!
Which is what we can't say about football. So is Nigeria still a footballing nation, or should we change it
a
now?
basketballing nation, I think.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, let's go Real Madrid. Let's talk about the boss, Zidane. He says no problems exist with important Bale. Now, Real Madrid coach Zinedine Zidane has said that Gareth Bale is an important player who will give us, quote, give us a lot until the end of the season, and of course after he returned for their La Liga win at Osasuna. Now the Wales international played over an hour in Real Madrid's 4-1 victory on Sunday before being substituted. According to Zidane in a post-match conference, he said, and I quote, "He's an important player. He has shown it. He hasn't played in the last 3 games and he played 70 good minutes defensively. Everyone wants us to have a problem with Gareth, but there isn't one. I'm happy with this game, with his game. Offensively and defensively, he gave us everything. He was a bit short physically at the end. That's why he came off. We know the player he is, and he will give us a lot until the end of the season."
First of all, Zizou, it's not like we want you to have problems with him. But when you start the season with some summer news about Gareth Bale has to move, that's the best for everybody. How won't we have problems with him? So I think at the end of the day, first of all, the questions arose when Gareth Bale wasn't selected for the Atletico Madrid game, and then for the Sociedad Copa del Rey.
Yeah.
But what it was ultimately was people were saying, look, this guy he seems fit. How come he's not in team selection? So there will be questions asked, especially when you say that, and then when you say that in summer, and then he's fit and you're not playing him, people will always suspect that there are problems between you and Guy. It's not from us. It's not phantom wish. And you give the media something, they would roll it into one big news and deliver it. Questions arise. But the good news for Zinedine Zidane is, regardless of whether there were problems with Gareth Bale or not, according to many people, he's the player whisperer. So he really is not he's not really not having any stake, especially as he's getting the results. Yes, Real Madrid are out of the Copa del Rey clash, but in the La Liga, they seem to be doing fine. And against Osasuna, even if Osasuna did give them a tough first maybe 60 or so minutes, at the end of the day, the way Real Madrid dominated, even towards the end, won that game by 4 goals. The result didn't tell the story at all. He should be happy. They've won. They gave themselves a 6-point gap at the top, but Barcelona came back last night with a strong statement that yes, we are struggling. Yes, there may be problems in our dressing room. Yes, you may see some of our lack of fluidity on the pitch, but we are still in this fight, because that was a tough way to get a result against Real Betis, especially as they had to keep fighting back. But good news for Barcelona, it seems the result is just catching up. It looks like one game, but they're not losing by large margins even when they lose, and then they're winning when they need to win. So I don't think that dogfight is over for Barcelona or for Real Madrid. And the beauty about the La Liga is it's not about goal difference, it's head to head. So even if Real Madrid is leading by 3 points now, if in the El Clasico Barcelona manages to win, at the end of the season, both of them tied on the same number of points, it's Barcelona that win the league because it's head to head. So they still have, it's still in their hands. It's not completely gone. It's just that Real Madrid look the more comfortable, the more confident side so far. It's not just because of their position on the top of the table, it's the way they're playing in the league especially. So let's see how that drama translates. Unlike the English Premier League, that is the best league in the world, but the leader is 22 points clear of everybody else.
Something is happening this year. That's the only excuse I can give to them.
There's something in the water.
All right, let's talk about Serie A. We're going to come to the English Premier League in a moment, but before then, Serie A. So Inter Milan moved top of Serie A on Sunday after storming back from 2 goals down to snatch a 4-2 win over AC Milan in a pulsating derby at the San Siro. Interpol level on 54 points with Juventus. Lazio are just a point behind in third after Philippe Casiero scored the only goal in a hard-fought win at Parma earlier on Sunday.
Yes. Okay, again, this is another league that head-to-head counts. So I know, because on goal difference, if you look at some log tables, and because on goal difference, Inter Milan has more, you'd see Inter Milan at the top. But head-to-head wise, Juventus defeated Inter Milan. So ideally, Juventus should be at the top of the log, because at the end of the season, if they both finish on the same number of points, Juventus will win based on head-to-head. So Inter Milan is not deceived by that goal difference thing. Yeah, but it started on Saturday when Hellas Verona brought hell to Juventus and defeated them. I think it was that was it. Immediately that happened, the league was thrown wide open. You could tell that this league title was going to be interesting. Cristiano Ronaldo broke the deadlock. Looked like it was going to be another, especially when Dybala came on and he started creating chances. It looked like it was going to be an interesting game, that somehow they were going to get a second goal, consolidate their lead, and get 3 points. But Verona just refused to roll over, scored an equalizer, scored the second goal, scored the third goal for good measure. I don't think, I look at Sarri Ball and I saw him scribbling on his notebook. I said, this man is not writing anything.
I know, I said,
he just say pass the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo. Pass the ball. That's his only tactics. Just give Cristiano Ronaldo the ball.
And I saw that. I saw it on your Twitter handle. I was laughing.
He's not writing anything tactical. If you look at what the boys are playing on the pitch, you know that this guy is not bringing anything else.
That's banter better.
Pass the ball to Ronaldo and buy me more chewing gum. That's all he's saying on that notebook. or in that notebook, because he looked like he ran out of he looked like he ran out of ideas. And when he took off Higuain, I understood why he did that. Higuain wasn't seeing much of the play, and there's some games that you don't need two strikers up if there's nobody doing anything.
Yes.
Dybala is a good 10. He'll run around, he'll create chances, he'll create openings, he'll pass ball. He may not always score. He will score sometimes, but he may not always score. But he will create something, and that's what I saw him come on to do. But it looked like everything that Juventus threw at Verona, they had a solution to it, and then they had a counter, and that's how Juventus lost that game. So I think over time, I don't know how long Sarri will last, because Sarri ball is apparently not working with the Juventus team. You can blame Bonucci for handball, you can blame the Leeds for not marking one or two people, but ultimately it comes down to the tactics of the coach, and that's where he was found wanting. So immediately he did that. He opened the league again to competition. Inter Milan played their game. They went 2 goals down first before they came back into the game, and then won it. And then Lazio also did what they know how to do best, which is win games. And so now it's a 3-team battle in Italian Serie A. Again, our best league people. The best league is not in England this year.
Okay.
Notice I didn't speak English when I said that.
I see. So somebody wrote you a mini thesis, yeah? Randolph, well done. Randolph says, Tega, a lot on my mind. First, let's talk about the work rate of that Inter Milan team. Conte has found a way to turn Premier League rejects to beasts. Please tell AC Milan that it's not by having Zlatan called Naira. In other news, can you help me tell Barca that their cup is almost full, 800 plus passes, and they're struggling to win? Congrats to the Tigers. They didn't win Serbia, so no pizza for
That's the pizza guy.
Yeah, no, but he was supposed to give us pizza, because he said
No, he did say, oh, I've seen his comment last time. He says, come, Serbia is not a joke. If the Tigers wins, I'll buy you pizza.
If the Tigers win Serbia, or if the Tigers win the ticket,
that's what he said,
ticket.
actually.
If they win the ticket, right?
If they win.
No, he meant if they win and go and qualify for the Olympics.
That's what you know. So Randolph, that's what we understood by your communication.
Exactly.
So your communication indicated that if the Tigresses win,
Speak the
then
English.
we will get pizza.
We must get
You
that
did not
pizza.
indicate if they win against Serbia or if they won against the US. You just said if they won, and they've won. So better bring a pizza. I better
That's
meet
right.
pizza
I'll
downstairs.
meet you close.
If not, you will see my red eye.
Thank
And with these 3 points of ours,
We've been able to convince you.
and not confuse you.
Kaifa says, good morning, guys. Good job you're doing. Thank you. Thank God Mozambique was added to our group to actually pave a way for the Tigers to qualify for Tokyo 2020 Olympics with their bogus losses. The Tigers really gave a good account of themselves because their losses were close and performances were top-notch.
Yeah.
I think basketball in Nigeria is going places. My only worry is that we don't have a functioning league here in Nigeria, and a vast majority of those playing for the male and female teams are foreign based.
Yeah.
Right, and we have some of the best players in the world, to be honest, arguably so. Olumide Adeni says that the La Liga title is not in Barcelona's hands, but rather Madrid's hands. Once Madrid win their remaining matches, it's all over.
It's all
for
over.
Barca.
I think you've missed the point. I said if Barca beats Real Madrid, they will be on the same number of
Is it that
points.
way around?
And it's head-to-head that counts in La Liga.
Okay.
It's not goal difference.
All
So
right,
yeah,
MI
the same
from
Barca
Mascota
have
says,
still.
it seems Conte took players from the English Premier League and went to Serie A to form Old Boys Association.
I'm telling
I
you.
enjoyed the Milan derby. That last goal was made in Stamford Bridge. Feel sorry for Ronaldo. Sarri's strategy is simple. Give Ronaldo the ball. The old lady has a lot to do with it.
That's right. And Fred Polo says, up Tigress, Tega hi. I told you Serbia or Nigeria was going to be slim either way, but you hollered slim? Well, the United States side should thank NECA and that's Greeny Dogo who brought them back and eventually turned it around. But our girls were fantastic throughout the tournament.
Fantastic.
Tokyo, here we come.
That's the word. So Kozi Cole says, so Lagos. All right, okay. So prepare talking about the marathon, but thank you so much. All right, I meant if they Randolph, we don't agree.
No, Randolph would not agree.
Yes, on that note, let's go on the break. When we come back, so that we give you enough time to order the pizza.
Thank you.
It'll be time for us to banter better with Coca-Cola. Let's not banter on your head, Randolph. Just do the needful.
Lord.
Okay. So when we come back now, then you announce Tokwepo. So
Oh, you're an Arsenal fan.
so what's the first story?
The first story is, I think it's not Liverpool. No, Ghana. Igalo. No, Igalo to miss Man United.
So you start with that story.
Spain training camp. Better defend your. You are wearing their jersey with your full chest, so they can see
We
you.
don't have Arsenal story now.
Eh?
Arsenal is not in the news.
Guess what? They will find a way to bring them into this banter. Always entertaining banter. Our stories on. See comments. Hi, Quadri on
Quadri
YouTube.
Aderoba. What's up?
Said
What's
that you're
up?
supposed to be on honeymoon. Not that you didn't hear.
I haven't finished my wedding, because
Meanwhile, Rose told everybody the date of your wedding. Then, but they might not know because he was saying Valentine's. He was saying that with your wedding, take the stock price up. But it sounded like Valentine's Day, but we were like, because even people would have sent comments. I said,
well,
what?
now you've already told them.
Oh, no, they don't know that. Well, I didn't say the date.
She still didn't say the date.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Mike Substitute is like,
Banter better.
all right, Lagos, it's time to banter better with Coca-Cola. And Valentine is roaring to go. This is Smooth 98.1, The Locker Room 981. I'm Ayo Mairo Ese.
And I'm Valentine.
And joining us this morning for analysis, as always, is Tega Supreme. And we have a new voice joining us today. His name is Tokwe Cole.
Hi,
Yes,
Topper.
I am. Good morning.
Good
Nice to be on
morning.
Smooth.
Good to see you.
And the most significant thing about him being here is his Arsenal jersey.
You just had to mention
I had
that.
to mention
Yeah.
that.
The last person
Okay.
that came here like that with a jersey, was it Arsenal? It was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But he came on a good day.
Yeah,
I know.
And that day they were dragging Manchester United.
I came on a holiday, winter break, so
Now, talking about dragging, it's time to banter better with Coca-Cola. Now, this segment, we want you to, of course, have fun. Let's laugh, just make fun of those who are not so fortunate in football. But very importantly, please do not use any discriminatory words, do not use any abusive words, and keep it clean. That's why we banter better with Coca-Cola. All right, the first story here is about Igalo, our national pride and joy. Odionu stay in Manchester because he arrived from China in the last 14 days, according to United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He said that because of the situation in China, we are not sure if he'd be allowed back into England if he leaves the country again. So he's staying, working with a personal coach, individual program, and his family then can settle in England.
And yes, we've seen clips of him online, training alone. And the only thing is he's not going to be available for Manchester United when they come back from the winter break. But of course, after that, I'm very sure he'll be raring to go. So good one for Igalo. He should just keep working on his own, and I'm sure he'll get his chance.
All right.
Yes, and don't make any coronavirus jokes. That's not banter.
Like
That's
Dele
just
Alli.
Yes.
that's just tasteless. Don't be Dele Alli.
Don't be Dele Alli.
Yeah.
And he only better treat our boy right, because he has a whole nation backing him. He will come for him.
Only no. Unless you try one
I
thing.
mean, non-Manchester United fans are now kind of Manchester United fans because of Igalo.
Yeah. He tries to Lukaku Odion Igalo. He
Lukaku.
will not last.
We'll just shout his name louder.
All right.
Ole.
All right. So Quadri Adeogba says, hashtag banter better of Coca-Cola. Please tell him Arsenal does not have to be in the news. We just look at the table and we troll them. Sorry, I told you. All right, we have.
Ohu Nene says, okay, this is another one. Thank you very much, MI. Tunde says, please, what about the previous seasons where Juve ran away with the league? Spain is still. Germany isn't much different. Now, the points gap in the EPL feels like an anomaly this season.
I beg you.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
He's trying to make excuses. It's still the same thing what I said. Okay, maybe they're not the best league this season. That's what we should agree, Abby. Okay.
Will says the only comment he has is still in the euphoria of Igalo moving to United.
Yep.
Heart smiley, heart
Those are the
smiley.
nice friends that help you count the money.
Remember
Hashtag
to
banter better with
remember
Coca-Cola.
to keep sending and send it. It's one. Is it one word that we call it now? Hashtag banter better with
It's one
Coca-Cola.
word, one
Just
hashtag.
one hashtag.
All right, so Rose says Mourinho did not give him a chance to prove himself. In his words, Rose says, I quote, I do feel I wasn't given as much a chance as everybody else in the back line. I did want to play for him. That's Mourinho. I thought I would continue playing. I knew after a month of Mourinho joining, I was never going to play. It was difficult going out to train knowing I wasn't going to play. Last month, Mourinho played down reports of a training ground role with Rose after the fullback was left out of the goalless draw against Watford.
But it's not the best way to start his Tottenham Hotspur career, because Danny Rose right now, I mean, he's playing for Jose Mourinho is definitely what he does not need right now. I mean, fighting Jose Mourinho, because Tangangai is one person right now that is in favor in Mourinho's eyes, and for Danny Rose to have a spat with his manager
They are not
early,
playing.
his new manager. I mean, come on. If Jose Mourinho could have been benching the likes of Lukaku at Manchester United, he's no respecter of persons.
Because his name is Rose now.
Because he's an English boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, true. And they need the English team players on the team.
They need
Not
the English.
necessarily.
They like that English quota.
Yes.
And they need to have it. So I think a lot of English boys see it. Like this weekend, I think it was Jordan Pickford that came out to say they hate us English boys. I was like, people think you're entitled and privileged because there are rules that make people.
Most overrated.
There are rules that make people hot cake in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not hate. It's just that they're looking at you and thinking I can be better than you, but I don't have the opportunity because I'm not English. I so understand what he's saying, but yeah, like Tokwe said, not a good way to start. You
That
fight
has not
Jose
been doing
Mourinho,
well
you sit in the
before
bench.
Mourinho even came in. Under Pochettino, he wasn't really getting playing time. So
he can't blame this on Jose Mourinho because Jose Mourinho, I mean, think about the guys think about Tanganga, who does, like I said before, if you've heard of Tanganga before that first game he played, show by a lifting of the hands, there are not many hands up. Do you understand? So Jose Mourinho can tell from your training practices if you are the kind of fighter he needs on his team. So Danny Rose had that injury in 2017, and I don't think he fully recovered. So he wasn't playing well under Pochettino. Then Jose Mourinho comes in, new manager, try and put your best foot forward. I feel I wasn't given a chance under Jose Mourinho. My friend,
coming out to say that, I mean, he's not even going to.
He's coming out to say it in the press to come and vilify who? Jose Mourinho that likes vilification. That loan, he will stay there.
All right. So Shay has a message for you,
Okay.
Tokwe. He says hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. This is Shay. Ayo, Tokwe's voice is so low because of his Arsenal loneliness.
Yeah.
Tega, did you see how Conte countered
boost.
Inter Ibrahimovic's witch? So a senior witch in Conte.
That's nice. Emma from Akoka says, Ole should treat our boy Galo right at United, though. Otherwise, we'll ban you from driving on the expressway. There will be more Ole on the wheels. At the wheels, it'll be Ole waiting at the bus stop for bus. Coca-Cola.
And then Chimobi Victor says, please, Odion Igalo, stay away from Jesse Lingard if you want to succeed in Manchester United, because the same player destroyed Romelu Lukaku's career while he was in Manchester United. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
All right, this one is from Zizi Classics. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. I say God will see Odion Igalo through. My prayers are for him.
Nigerians are so patriotic, honestly.
Well.
We're so patriotic.
Let's move on to this next one. Guardiola sets for Man City summer squad refresh. In his words, Guardiola was quoted as saying, this group of players has done something unique. They've won the last 6 of the last 7 domestic trophies in England. I admire them and I suffer with them when they do not get what they deserve. Of course, we have to do something because David Silva is leaving, and in some other positions we're going to do it, but I do not know how many or how much, because the market is always difficult. There still are 2 or 3 months to go, and things can change a lot in that time.
So another 500 million to buy the title.
You see,
That's what.
They didn't spend in January, so
That's what Guardiola is telling me.
For the summer.
Yeah, they are going to save all that money and give him another billion to buy the league, and then they'll come and tell us that Pep Guardiola is a genius. Well, what can I say? Ingenuity costs money.
Exactly.
I've said this thing before. We see all these people that release new apps and it's expensive. Research and development is expensive. So he's right. They will give you 500 million to come back and win the league. They come and tell us how you are so fantastic, and we'll call you. You not be charging us 400,000 pounds to come and teach us how to be successful with league. When the secret is just get more money.
Is it his fault that he's in a rich club?
No,
his fault.
Tayo from Yaba says Guardiola is living an Ikoyi lifestyle. Hello, loving it. Then he also says Sari is a script writer. Title: How to Lose a Title. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. And then we have from Ridwan.
Ridwan says, good morning to everybody in the studio. Sarri Ball or Sentient Ball are just passed to CR7 without Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi respectively. And inshallah, the Milan derby was hot last night though. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
All right, thank you very much. Ade says, I hope Igalo does well for United like Eric Larson did. However, them go still chop beating when we jam them, shouting, "Talk man, well done, go Gunners!" Hashtag banter better with
Your
Coca-Cola. We have from YouTube, Lukman Adebayo.
He said Igalo will do well in United, whether he trains with the rest of the team in Spain or not. Igalo will be Igalo at the end of the season.
Okay,
Hashtag
I
banter
love
better
the
with Coca-Cola.
confidence.
That's such a confidence.
Sheffield United close to within 2 points of a Champions League place by coming from behind to keep Bournemouth perilously close to the relegation zone with a 2-win win at Bramall Lane. John Lundstram came off the bench to score the winner as the Blades moved up to 5th after Billy Sharp had cancelled out Callum Wilson's early opener for the visitors.
Sheffield have been brilliant this season. I mean, coming from the lower league and coming to the English Premier League and taking it by storm. The last time it happened, it was Wimbledon that did it years ago. And they are the team, or they are the second team behind Wolverhampton Wanderers that have come from behind the most. So it seems like anytime they score them first, that's when they are gingered and they just come back. Lundstram has been sitting on the bench for a couple of games right now, but he came off the bench and he proved his worth. So good one for
So my
Sheffield
FLP
United.
team, 4 points for me.
I left him on the bench. Imagine, I left him
You
on the
left.
bench.
Aye.
Who does that?
See, you should talk to me better.
Talk.
But yes, the Sheffield. So the likes of Arsenal, I'll say we are in transition, and Manchester United and Tottenham. Sheffield is 5th on the table. I know Tottenham, if they win their next game, they can topple them. But for now, we are still going.
United.
I'm telling you, from the championship, 5th on the table,
Just
2 points behind UEFA Champions League position.
I actually hope they go through.
No,
And that they give us a
that kind of
Leicester,
thing can kill a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It good.
Some
It happened
teams-
to Burnley, for
Yeah,
example,
to
Europa
Burnley,
League, and
yes.
they almost did not find their foot in the English Premier League, but later on in the season,
Sometimes when these teams qualify to go to Europe, that's where they just die.
That's it.
So sometimes just stay in your lane. Just
Kind of. That one is not like. So Chimobi Victor from Alaba International says, what will it profit a club to score 2 goals and end up losing at the end? I am ashamed of AC Milan. While for Sarri, I think he needs to go back to the university to study ronatology because he lacks tactics. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
And Emma is back from Akoka. He says, Dear Pep, you're not Bruce Wayne, whose superpower is money.
nice one.
You can't buy out your way from a terrible season. Sometimes more money means more problems. We're still waiting for you to show us the returns from over £1 billion in player spending. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
People are never smiling.
In fact, that's why we should be calling him Bruce Wayne now. Pep Guardiola is Bruce Wayne. That's his new name now.
Wow, I feel like what happened to Mourinho is about to happen to him. When Mourinho was a special one,
this
and now
is just
he's...
one season.
Listen,
You guys
no,
are
see,
judging Pep
see,
one-
this is the first time people are actually dragging Pep Guardiola. He used to be the angel.
Yes.
Mourinho's
That's what I'm
own.
saying.
No,
But he's in
Mourinho.
second
No,
position. No, he's in second position.
Mourinho 22 points
22
behind with 1
points.
billion. I
It's not the
beg.
first time it will happen.
But if you give me 22, if you give me 1 billion, I'll be 22 points behind. I can tell you for free.
All right, so Randolph says, hashtag banter better with
Randall
Coca-Cola.
was supposed to be buying pizza, but anyway, let's read your message. He said, you see those Sheffield United boys? Let's share their first and second team to replace the guys at Man United. And Arsenal."
Nice one.
And then Tayo Yaba, someone knows you, Cole, said, you know your nickname with the statistics. Welcome back, bro. Hashtag
Thank you.
banter better with Coca-Cola.
And Ejike says, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. So Arsenal fans are winning something for their club in banters. That's good. Something light for them because trophies and Arsenal FC are
That's below the
parallel.
belt.
They don't meet.
On that
Shout
note,
out- shout out to my brother-in-law, Mitch. He just got into town. Shout out to you, Mitch. Welcome to Lagos.
Oh, welcome to Lagos, Mitch. And I think who was it? Bosun
if I
from
don't, let me
Traffic.
not see Owosu.
Bosun from Traffic said, Valentine, we know what you did over the weekend.
summer.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Thank you so much, Topper Cole, for your first appearance
My pleasure.
on Banter Better with Coca-Cola and for taking the hit to chest like
We're
a
used to
true
it.
Arsenal fan.
We've been doing that for a decade, so we're used to it. Bring it on.
Brilliant. And of course, the one, the only Tega Supreme.
Tega
Thank you
Tiger.
so much. As always, you can find her at Ella at Tega Supreme on Twitter and of course at LIS International on Instagram, Twitter, and find out the work they do with women in sports. Fantastic work. Tokpe, how can people find you on Twitter?
On Twitter at real_tipsy, TIPSY.
All right. And Valentine, how can people find you on Twitter?
Please find me on all social media platforms. Type Valentine, VALENTINEOHU.
All right, Lagos.
That's it.
Find us on all social media platforms at Smooth 91 FM. You won't get lost. Good morning.
Fire.
Nice one.
Thank you. It was so
points.
lovely.